Hello and welcome everyone. Myself, Ashwita Salim from Department of MCA. On behalf of Visit, I would like to welcome each one of you for today's session, which is organized by We Reach 2022. We Reach is an alumni engagement initiative. Today we have Mr. Arbaaz Shaikh with us. He's working as a data engineer at Nomura. Mr. Arbaaz has a vast skill set in technologies. He has led and managed teams. He has worked on various aspects to convert raw data into useful information. Today, he will be speaking on choosing a career path. I would like to welcome Mr. Arbaaz and take it over from here. Over to you, sir.
Thank you so much, Ashwita. That was a very warm welcome. And good afternoon, everyone. Hope you are all doing fine. I'm more than happy to be part of the VReach program, and I thank the team for providing me a chance to speak. Let's start by sharing my screen. Yeah. So, as you know by this title, this session will revolve around how to know yourself better, your strengths, your weakness, your interests, and using these pointers to identify the best career option suitable for you. And lastly, working on yourself to excel on the path that you choose. So let me start by introducing myself, my life journey, and what my goals are. So I am Arbaaz, an alumni of Visit. I come from Baroda, Gujarat, and I did my schooling there, completed my graduation there, and then I came here to pursue masters. Like most of you, I chose science in school, and I didn't do well in the competitive exams, and I'd like to play victim card here. The reason for the failure I'd like to give was that I used to bunk classes and go playing out with my friends. I very well knew that I won't be getting the top engineering colleges, so I decided to pursue computer applications. I got into a good university there in Baroda itself, and the habit of bunking classes was still running in my nerves. And then, yeah, as usual, as in school, I started bunking classes there, and as a result, they didn't allow me to sit for exams. Unfortunate, right? So till that point, I was just an average student. But then, them not allowing me to sit for exams sparked something in me, and that spark was to prove to the upper management that their exams won't do quite any good to me. So I joined a coaching center, got training on various technologies, and made some projects. The instructor who taught me programming also worked as my mentor, and she helped me identify my strengths. We sat for a while and discussed various options that suited best for me, and then I decided to go on with databases. I made some exciting projects there that were intensely focused on data. And believe me, those projects outlived the expectations of whole panel that used to uh, evaluate the project. During that phase of time, I was an introvert. I didn't have much friends and lacked important communication skills. And at that very time, COVID hit. I started browsing content online related to soft skills, communication, and that was the time when I transitioned from being an introvert to an ambivert. And I just realized that being an introvert was not doing any good to me. So you know, I started looking for more options. And then I took admission here at Visit, made some good connections here, and also became a part of the Spice committee and the placement cell. During this time, my girlfriend broke up with me. It was a difficult phase, but I would say it was in a good way. I focused more on improving myself, and then I cracked Kamura on the first go itself. And I am here before you, giving a talk on choosing a career path. That's enough of me. Let's focus on the topic. So let me start by asking a question that, like, how do you define career? What is career? Anyone from you, please write in the chat box. So I guess there's no input on this question. So let me answer this myself. Career is the sum of your professional journey. Like many people embark on career because it can help them achieve their goals, such as acquiring more knowledge and experience, taking on more responsibility, and importantly, earning higher salaries. So, how do you identify which career path is the best for you? So, let's start by reviewing yourself. So, the first point when coming to review yourself is by examining yourself. When you what you enjoy doing, what value you can bring, and what can be the helpful indicators about how you would like to spend your time working. So we are not talking about finding and following your passion here. That approach tends to be misleading sometimes. Like someone from you might just say like sleeping is my passion, so yeah, let me just find a job that requires sleeping. So no, this don't work that way. But it's common to want to be feel energized and even excited about what you do. So I'll dictate a few questions here, and you must ask yourself and examine the answers for them, and at the end of the session paste those answers in the chat box. Okay, so the first category is the interest based questions. So what do you enjoy learning about? How do you like to spend your time? Do you enjoy manual labor or mental labor? Do you enjoy working outside or inside? And then we have a set of value based questions. What is most important in your life? What are your priorities? Where do you find meaning? What change would you like to be a part of? And then there's a third category we call trade based questions, like what does success mean to you? Guys, I want you to note these questions down so that not only today, but you can find answers to these questions at any point in your life. And I guarantee you it will be easy for you to define your career. So another question is, what do you want more of? What are your strengths that you enjoy more, and what are your skills that you are most proud of? After you have answered these questions, you should have a list of priorities. Like once you answer all those questions, you won't be taking all of them in your career path, right? So you want those to turn your motivations for working. So let's say most careers won't feature everything you'd like. So it's important to understand your priorities. So I'll just dictate some of my priorities when talking in terms of career. So I have a list like the salary should be good, the benefits should be good, the work-life balance should be a good thing, and flexibility and career growth. That's the most important aspect that I consider. And then the third point is see the future. What does your most perfect life look like? Just make a list of your long-term goals, and then it will help you to understand what it might take to reach them. For example, do you want to rise past the managerial ranks and advance to the C-suite of a company? Do you want to own a house? Do you want to own a car? Okay, these are some long-term goals that you could plan. And then for example, like if you want to work in the same industry for 10 years from now, research which industries are poised to continue growing over the next decade, and which to possibly avoid during the increasing automation or other factors. So I have my own story related to this. So before joining Nomura, I was looking for opportunities at Credit Suisse. You might know the company, right? It's one of a major bank similar to Nomura. But the situation is somewhat different right now. As I see in the news, the Credit Suisse is in losses. And as of what I predict, I don't see much growth there. So I skipped applying. Right. So these are some long-term goals that you can look for. Another aspect is you should explore different sectors. Like different sectors, there are three different sectors. One is private, another is public, and the third one being the non-profit organizations. Each one has their own benefits. Like the private private sector has great potential for growth. They provide good salaries. The public sector has the benefit of great stability, like the job security is good when you work for the public sector. And when you work for non-profit organizations, the salary is not so good, and also the stability is not so good. But there's great potential for meaning. You'd learn so much from working in non-profit organizations. Another aspect that you should consider is exploring different industries. Okay, like along with sectors, researching different industries might help you out. You should identify a few that could be a good fit for you, search for established industries, and see if any any of them seem worth investing your time. Make a list of these industries and see where your interest lies, and then you can proceed with that. And the last point is seek out resources. What do I mean by that? That you must sometimes ask for professional help. Okay, like in the alumni network, you can ask for help. You can find a mentor, or you can ask a friend or a relative in the industry. Okay, so in my case, I took guidance from my cousins about what title would be suitable for me, what things should I work upon. I even asked them to evaluate me on my communication skills. Okay, so now that you have a list of options for you based on what I said earlier, you should narrow them down. Okay, always prioritize narrowing options down. And for that, you must have an idea on where your aptitude lies. So how would you know that? Let's see in the next slide. So ask around, first point. A great way to find out more about yourself is to ask people you like, trust, and respect, like what they think about you. And why not make a list of such people who you can ask, like what kind of jobs they think might suit your strengths and personality, and why. They could be members of your family, a teacher, a lecturer, or somebody else you are close with or you are working with. Then discover your personality. Thinking about your personality is a great way to start identifying the kind of jobs which could be a good match for you. And then third, it is one of the most important points that I follow, is write down what you do. Like over a course of week, think about 5 things you most enjoy doing or you did for the past week, and then write them down. and then challenge yourself to think about it, why it is you like them. Like for example, let's take my example. I take notes from what I read. Like I read books whenever I commute to office or in my free times, and then I note down important points in my conference pad. I even read blogs. I even browse through the internet, and I always note down important points that I think are suitable for me. And after you have noted them down, you should look for patterns. Okay. So once you have answer for few different places, highlight any areas that come up frequently, or or character traits that lots of people have identified. Try asking yourself the same question and compare the answers to see if you agree. The skills which come up most frequently will most likely to be your strongest. Okay. And always keep an open mind. Some of the answers and results you might get will be surprising, or highlight aspects of your personality that you hadn't considered. Okay. So don't dismiss these. The idea is to get a better picture of yourself, and that includes the image you present to other people. Okay. So for example, when I was doing my bachelor's, I used to play guitar along with my studies. Okay. But I had a clear mind at that time that no, I don't want to be a musician. Even though I like to play guitar, I play it in my free times, but I don't want to be a musician. So I invested my more time doing programming and building projects in the IT sector. So yeah, that's what I meant by keeping an open mind. You should be clear of your goals. Okay. So now that you have identified your inclination, start working on yourself to achieve your goals. I won't be going in much detail about how to prepare or learn, but I'll point out some of the must-haves in your basket. Okay, so the first one is gain an internship. Okay, gaining an internship with large company in your industry or in your choice of industry can be a great opportunity. There's an opportunity of learning. You get exposure to corporate culture. Okay, you can learn important industrial skills, practices, and methods, and even you can increase your professional network. You can also gain valuable experience to add to your resume, which you can make a more appealing candidate when you begin for your job search, actual job search. Okay, so there are various student programs offered by big companies such as the Microsoft Engage program, the Spring Summer Internship programs by Goldman Sachs, Morgan Stanley. And if you are someone who enjoys building network intensive products, then Cisco is a good option. And if you are someone who likes reading and writing, like I do, you might even consider freelance content writing jobs. So that those are a good way to go. Another point that you should be uh, considering is grow your professional network. Growing your professional network can help you in making important connections in the industry. So what you can do is consider, focusing on attending industry or work related events, attending some seminars, training sessions, casual gatherings, and try to make a connection online through professional networking sites such as LinkedIn. And there are some meetups also going place everywhere, like in some metro cities like Bangalore and Mumbai. Like recently, I heard about a Web3 meetup happening in Mumbai. So if you are someone who would like to explore Web3, can go to such events and make important connections, and you would get an idea of how it actually works. Then another point is improving your collaboration skills. Like many jobs depend on collaboration of employees to create innovative products and services for the company. So collaboration skills can help you to learn to work better in a team setting, and learn to communicate with team members to complete projects, avoid some conflicts between the members. So you can consider any learning opportunities like seminars that might increase your collaboration skills. Then there are hackathons taking place all over the world. They take they take place at global level, at national level, etc. You can form a team and then work there. It will really help you with your collaboration skills. And when we talk about hackathons, there's one more skill, that is time management skill. It is a crucial skill for professionals because it helps them organize their time for maximum productivity. So consider learning more about time management through mentors, time management seminars, and you can even take some courses. Like Coursera provides some beautifully designed courses. Then there's Udemy. You can even browse YouTube for it. Another aspect is establish a personal brand. Okay, so if you are someone who want to do a startup or start a business, then this is a good thing you could establish about yourself. I'm not talking about like just start an influencer channel on social media. No, that's a different thing. But personal brand should be for your personal growth. Okay, even if you're not an influencer, you can have a personal brand of yourself. Then you can improve yourself by becoming a mentor. Okay, like even if you are a student at college, you can be a mentor to someone below your level, or let's say someone who's willing to learn a skill that you possess. Then yeah, you can become a mentor. So you can use your skills and experience and coach the next generation of industry experts, obviously. And becoming a mentor can allow you to work closely with a novice in the industry and help them excel in their position. Another thing you should do is reduce your downtime and distractions. Like I'm not saying that you should stop playing games or you should stop scrolling Instagram, but you should limit the use. Okay, and then create a new work habit. It can help you better. It can help you become more productive. Okay, like it can also help you with a point I discussed earlier, that is time management. If you create a habit, for example, writing one extra article per day to increase your daily word count and productivity, so you can pursue a higher position in your writing company. So this example was specific to some content writers, and it could be applied to any profession. Then another pointer is read more. Like, make books your best friends. Okay, there's no better experience than reading a book and gaining the knowledge. Okay, so you can set a goal to read more books related to your career path or industry to expand your knowledge or skill set. You could consider reading some books that might help you in soft skills, that might help you boost your emotional intelligence. So yeah, and reading is you might consider a brain exercise. Okay, and another pointer is find a professional mentor. Like I said earlier, being a mentor helps you. Okay, but let's say you are not skilled at a specific technology or at a specific thing, then you should find a mentor who will guide you to become a better person at whatever you are looking to achieve. Okay, and then another pointer is become a better public speaker. So like I said, read more books, read more content, write down your thoughts. In a similar way, you should be able to speak. Your speaking skills says a lot about you. Okay, and also be a good presenter. Like just not only speaking is a good thing, but you should also maintain your body language. And then the last aspect, and it is also an important aspect, which is increase your emotional intelligence. So it is the ability to understand emotions and your reactions to them, which can help you form better relationships with your colleagues or your teammates or your classmates. Greater emotional intelligence can help you a more inspirational leader and create a professional network of people who trust and understand you. So you could consider courses or seminars. on emotional intelligence, and perform your own research, let's say with books or online articles or blogs. Um, I hope some of you have a path figured out for yourself, and I have an interesting question for you here. So the question is, if money wasn't a problem, which career path would you choose? Okay, are you clear with the question? Like, if money wasn't a problem, which career path would you choose? So please paste your answers in the chat box, and Ashwita will let me know what all different careers you guys come up with.
Yes, sure, Arbaaz.
Yeah,
Let's wait for some responses.
yeah, sure.
Okay, until we have some answers, I would like to answer it.
Yeah,
So, if money would not be a problem, then I would want to be a dancer and pursue my interest.
okay, that's a really good choice. And even if money was a problem, dancing could earn you loads of money. You know, there's so much
That's right.
there's so much scope in it.
That's right. But I believe it's a long way to go and it's a long process to get there.
Yeah, exactly. That the point that I mentioned. Keep your mind clear. Okay, so there's no response for this
No,
question, right?
we've started getting responses. So the first one is Om says that I would like to go for the area of my interest, diving into the UI UX field as I am good with colors.
Oh, wow.
And there's Shubham Singh who's saying that he wants to be a data analyst and commercialize them. And
Again,
Vishaka says creative field, photography and design.
amazing, amazing guys. At least you have something figured out for your own, right? when when I was at your, in your feet, let me put me in your feet, I wouldn't have answered this question. Okay, so so once you feel you are ready, like even 50%, then you should actually start applying for those dream jobs, like not the dream jobs that colleges define, like based on the salaries, but jobs that interests you. Okay, so there are various options you can and you must try. So the first one, obviously, the on campus jobs. If you feel like you are a good fit for it, then obviously go for it. Then we have off campus jobs. Then there are two categories in it. The first one being like going with the referrals. Okay, that's a good one to try. And another is direct. Like no, directly, if you apply, you won't get selected easily, but you should keep trying. And then there's graduate programs. Like as you all are college students, graduate programs are a good fit for you, because it's basically an off-campus opportunity at companies where referral is not in the list, but it's also meant for fresh graduates. Okay, even someone even with 6 months of experience or 1 year of experience can't apply to these opportunities. So these are the things you should consider. And before we move to the end, there's one last practical thing that I'd like to share, and that is one thing that you all should do. Okay, so as you can see my screen, there's a template. So what you should do is take a paper and write down your goals along with the date. Okay, whenever you write it, put the current date. So for example, write it in present tense, like I earn this amount of money, I achieve this goal, I drive so and so car, etc. Like 10 things that you'd like to accomplish that very year, and then follow the steps I told you earlier. The path that you should take, like you should identify your interests, your strengths, and how you should prepare for that goal that you want to accomplish. And then set a deadline for each task. Okay, like for example, I want to drive a Ferrari. Okay, so I should identify the deadline, like how much time will it take me to buy a Ferrari, and what should I work upon. Okay, then put a deadline there and start working on it. Okay, so do this for all the tasks that you write down on the paper. Then just organize them and start working on each of them one after another. Okay, and this will not only help you identify your strengths, but it will also help you in being consistent, staying consistent. And staying consistent is one of the best things you could do to achieve success. Okay, so yeah, this is the template that every one of you must follow. And if any one of you have anything figured out related to this template, then please write in the chat box. It would be really helpful, and it will be helpful for others to identify and to see how to write this template. Okay, and with this we come to an end to this session. And if you guys have any questions, feel free to use the chat box. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Arbaaz. It was an indeed helpful and interesting session on
I'm
how to choose
obliged,
the.
Ashwita.
Yeah. So it gave us a great insight on how to choose the right career for ourselves. And as we are almost done with the topic, let's move towards the questions that the viewers have for us.
Sure.
So, guys, please, like Arbaaz said, please put in your questions in the chat box. Okay, so our first question is here. Should we stick to one technology or keep changing along with the trend?
Okay, so guys, one thing I'd like to address here is, don't focus on just the technology, but improve your problem solving skills. Like yeah, you might know that technology comes and goes very fast, really fast. Like 1 or 2 year back, we were working with C++. Okay, but now we don't hear much jobs about C++. Okay, so you should not focus only on one technology. You should change it with time. Okay, but one major thing, that is problem solving. Just focus on problem solving. Technologies will come and go.
All right,
Like like not only in terms of programming and the IT sector. Problem solving is something that is available, that is helpful in all the sectors. For
right.
finance students, for HR, for management students, everyone has some problem to solve. So that's what you should focus on. Technologies will come and go.
All right. So, moving to the next question, we have Hello Arbaz. Like you said, you were an introvert and grew to be an ambivert. I would like to know, how does one boost their confidence?
How does one boost their confidence? Right. Good question. So firstly, you should keep a clear mind. Okay, don't think much about like what others people will think of you. Okay, that will just reduce your confidence. Start grooming yourself, wear some good clothes, and read some good books, and browse some content. The more content you consume, the more confident you will become of yourself. And just randomly go and start talking with people. No one cares about you so much. Okay, so yeah, you should try this out, and it won't happen in 1 day or 2 day or a week. It will happen over time. It will take some time, but yes, it is a good journey to follow.
Okay, I hope that answers the question. And moving on to the next one, how
Hmm.
should we look towards switching roles over the years?
How should we look towards
Towards
switching
switching
roles?
roles over the years.
Okay, switching roles. Okay, so switching roles happens in two ways. Okay, so one thing is you switch from uh, one particular title to another title. So for example, let's say I am a data engineer, I'm a junior data engineer. Okay, and then I move to data senior data engineer, and then I move to data engineer manager. Okay, so that is one thing that won't change my what you say, the technology, or the work that I do. And then there's another switch, that is I totally change the work that I do. Like from data, I totally move on to UI and UX, or let's say I totally move on to finance part. So that's not a good thing to do actually. Okay. So anyone you would ask in the industry, even some good professionals, they won't suggest you to change your complete the work that you do. Instead, just emphasize on getting a promotion. So that's what you
Right.
should focus on.
Okay. So the next question is, as you mentioned about emotional intelligence, how
Hmm.
do we deal with a bad day?
How do we deal with a bad day? Okay, see, it's okay to feel bad about it. Okay, but you should not take it for a long time. Like we say raat gayi baat gayi. Okay, so just keep that in mind, and yeah, just forget about it in a day or two. You should talk to your friend about what happened, why you felt bad about it. Okay, what all different scenarios happened, and then just talk with a good friend or some relative or your mother or your father, anyone, then it will be all good. It happens with
Okay,
everyone.
that's a great answer. Moving on to the next one. Also, how does one constantly be motivated to learn more?
Sorry, I didn't get the question.
Uh, Also, how does one constantly be motivated to learn more?
Okay, constantly be motivated to learn more.
Right,
So like I said, you should actually write down your goals. Okay, and don't write something don't write something that is actually too big to achieve. Okay, like don't take my example, like, yeah, I want to buy a Ferrari in 1 year, but the salary I earn is 5,000 per month. So that's a bad thing to write. Okay, but if you write a small thing like, yeah, I want to save this amount of money in a year, so that will constantly keep me motivated. And also you should stay in a competitive environment. You should be friends with someone who's always better than you. There's always someone who is better than you. You should hang out with
right.
them, then that will always keep you motivated. Like, यार ये मेरे से अच्छा कर रहा है, मुझे और अच्छा करना है. Okay, don't
Yes,
don't make them your enemies, but make them your friends. Keep it a healthy competition. That will obviously keep you motivated for a long time.
agreed. Okay. Moving to the next question. When it comes to cracking internships, what factors are necessary to consider? And is productivity the only relying factor?
See, when you crack internships, the interviewer might not very well get to know about how productive you are. Okay, it's just a series of interviews or assessment that takes place. So let's
Yeah.
keep aside the productive factor for now. But when it comes to cracking internships, you should be good with your soft skills. You should be good with your speaking skills. You should have good projects in your background. Okay, obviously, when you are looking for internships, you have no experience prior. So yeah, you should if you are a freelancer, then you should put them in your resume, and you should be able to explain them like you explain that to a 5-year-old kid. You should explain them that very way. And
Right.
staying productive is totally dependent on what environment you live. Okay, who you live with, who you spend your time with, and how much sincerity you have, how much disciplined you are, how good you manage your time.
All right. So I think that was the last question. Yeah. So as we come towards the end of the session, I hope all of us have learned a lot from this session. We would firstly like to thank Mr. Arbaaz Sheikh for taking his precious time to join us today and enlighten us and on this topic. Last but not the least, we would like to thank all the viewers for patiently listening. And even though it's a single side conversation, but you tried to make it interactive, you all were responding. So thank you so much. And thanks for all those brilliant questions. Also, do not forget to fill out the feedback form. The link will be posted. And so that brings us to the end of the session. Mr. Arbaz, would you like to add on anything?
Yeah, it was really a great session. Like I didn't have much time to prepare, so I couldn't make it more interactive. But yeah, I'd like to thank the team for providing me an opportunity to speak. And it was really my first session speaking in front of a huge audience like this. And I really thank you for your patience for listening me. And yeah, in case you have any queries, I did mention my email in the presentation. You can reach out to me, or you can ask for my contact number from Indira Madam or any of your spokes, those placement spokes or your CRs. That's it, guys. So thank you so
Yeah,
much.
it was a great session. Thank you, Mr. Arbaz.